Hi guys, this is Lone Vic again, and this is a how to play video of Canvas, the game in which 1 to 5 players will be creating works of art, genuine works of art, and displaying them to get as many points as possible. In this video, I will explain to you how to play a normal game of Canvas using all those components that you can see over here, and also I will tell you how to play the solo variant, which is almost the same as the normal game. It has just a little tiny tweak or two for the gameplay. Okay, so let's start with the setup. As you can see, I've already placed out all of the elements here on the table, and I will now tell you what you have to do step by step to prepare the game as it is right now. So first you have to place the cloth, the play mat, if we call it this way, on the table. You have to take this box with all of those transparent cards, those elements of paintings, and place it here on this designated space. You'll be drawing from here, and place 5 transparencies, 5 elements of paintings here on those empty spaces. Then you have to place 4 cards with scoring rules on top in those fields, the red one, green one, blue one, and purple one, and you're drawing them from this whole deck that you have available in the game. So you pick 4, lay them out here, and that's it. Above each of those colorful areas, you should place the tokens matching the color. So the red, green, blue, purple, and the gray ones over here next to this ribbon on the in the top right corner. The talent tokens should be placed somewhere nearby, but you won't need all of them. And basically, this is it when it comes to the setup of the game. I have also this award card, which comes with the Kickstarter exclusive, and if you have this exclusive, you pick one of those cards from this whole set of awards, and you place it next to the board, either the competitive side up, which is the orange side. As you can see, this is the competitive one, so the player who has the most of something will score, or with the friendly side, where you will score if you fulfill the condition, no matter whether you're the first or the second player who fills that condition or not. So you can place it next to the board as well. If you don't have it, well, it's not really a game changer, but it's a nice add-on. As for the player setup, you should take 3 of those canvas backgrounds that you have in the box, 3 per player. Give each player 3 card sleeves and put those canvases, as you can see, into those sleeves. And also each player should take 4 inspiration tokens, like so, and you're ready to start the game. Okay, so how do we play Canvas? This is a very simple game when it comes to the rule set. So basically, on your turn, you can do one of 2 things. 2 things. There you go, 2. The first thing is you pick one of those elements of a painting and you add it to your hand. Now, if you want to take this first one on the left, this one is for free. So you just add it to your hand and you hold on to it. If you want to take this one, for example, you would need to place 1 inspiration token on this first element that you skip, and then you can take this one. If you want to take the third one, you have to put an inspiration token here, and so forth and so on. So those inspiration tokens will be lying here around, and if somebody, for example, picks up this card next, then they will earn this inspiration token together with this card, right? It's similar to many other games that you can that use this similar mechanic. After somebody picks up a card, all of those other cards slide down like so, right? And this is why this mat is a bit annoying, because you can't slide it nicely here. There you go, and you draw a new one, place it here, and the next player has their turn. Now, you can have a maximum of 5 of this foil transparent elements in your hand, and if you have 5 already collected, so 5 turns went and you are collecting all the time, then you cannot take any more, and you are forced to do the second action that's available to you in a turn, which you can also do earlier if you want. And this second action is creating a painting. And creating a painting means that you choose 3 out of those maximum of 5 that you have in your hand. So for example, if I have those 3, I can already create a painting, right? If I had those 3 picked up in my hand. But I would be able to pick up additional ones up until the limit of 5 and only then decide to create a painting, right? So it depends what you want to do. But if you create a painting, you take those 3 elements that you want to put into a painting and you sleeve them with one of those backgrounds, like so. And this is your action for the turn. So you've created the painting, you put it down, and then you score those cards for those paintings. And this is it. Now the game ends when all of the players have created 3 paintings, so used all of the sleeves that are available to them. There is no possibility of earning those inspiration tokens other than collecting them from those transparencies lying here when some other player left them, right? So this pool is very limited. Okay, so let's talk about those cards on top which give you points. Now, if I have a painting already created, I have this collection of icons here on the bottom. There is the red one, the yellow one, green, blue, and purple one. And these icons that you have on those colored swatches can correspond to any of those rules for gathering points, right? So for example, let's put it aside for now. This card tells me that if I have 3 of those symbols with squares on my painting, and they don't have to necessarily be next to each other, take a look here, you've got examples even, right? So here's 3 squares here, I've got 4 squares here, so I always get a ribbon. So if this painting had an additional square, for example here, I would get the red ribbon for this as an award, and that would be it for now, right? This one tells me that I need 2 matching symbols out of those 4 available to us in this pair of colors or in this pair of colors. And if you flip it like this, you can see the examples. So for example, let's see, this red and purple one has a square, or here you've got 2 pairs, more complicated. This hue symbol is here on the red and the purple, and the yellow and blue have also a pair of triangles. So you would get 2 ribbons for this because you have 2 pairs, right? And this card tells me that, for example, I need 4 different symbols on my painting, so I have to have at least 1 of each. And I can, collect a ribbon for this. And this one tells me that I need exactly 1 of those symbols, exactly 1. So I have 2 hues on a painting, then I don't get a ribbon for this. Yeah. So the important thing to remember is that each of the symbols, if I'm using any of those symbols, like those squares to count that I have 3 squares, or for example, those pairs and everything, can be only included in once per ribbon. So you can't, for example, have, I don't know, like 1 square here on the red and then have it for this pair and then match it again to another pair. Like if you had 2 purple squares, 2 squares on the purple here and 1 on the red, then you wouldn't have 2 pairs, only 1, because each square would be used for 1 of the pairs, right? So they don't double up. I don't know if that's clear. I have no idea how to explain it clear. Now, the last type of ribbon is this gray ribbon, and this is connected to this symbol here. And if you have this symbol of a gray ribbon without any additional indicators, that means that you just collect 1 gray ribbon whenever the symbol is visible. But sometimes you can have, for example, something like this. And if you have this symbol visible, that means that you will get 1 gray ribbon per this hue symbol in your painting. So if you had 3 hue symbols, for example, in your painting, you would get 3 gray ribbons, but that's a bit pointless because for this achievement, for this award, you need only exactly 1 hue symbol. So you would collect 3 gray ribbons, which are worth 2 points at the end each, but you would miss out on this achievement. So you have to kind of, decide which is more important for you, count your points, and try to strategize a bit. Right, and this is basically it. This is how this game progresses. So in your turn, let's reiterate on this. In your turn, you can either collect 1 of those cards into your hand up to your hand limit of 5. And if you want to skip a card, you need to pay with inspiration tokens, which can be later collected by other players. Everything moves. You add a new card to this last space, the first space on the right, the closest to the box, and the next player has their turn. Or you can create a painting from 3, not 1, not 2, not 4, but always 3 transparencies, put them together, and then score or collect ribbons according to those achievements, to those conditions that you have on top here. And this is it. This goes on until all the players have 3 paintings. So if you finish your 3 paintings first, then you have to wait. You can't do anything more. As soon as all those players collect their 3 paintings, then you are counting the points. And how do you do that? You take a look here and you count how many red ribbons does each player have. If you have 1 red ribbon, you get 4 points. If you have 2, you get 10 points. If you get 3 red ribbons, because all of your paintings filled this condition out, you've got 18 points. And the same here. 1 ribbon gives you 1 point, 2 ribbons give you 3, 3 give you 6 points, and 4 ribbons give you 11 points, and so forth and so on. You get my drift. Remember that gray ribbons always give you 2 points no matter what. You calculate your points, the player with the most points wins the game. If there is a tie, then the player with the most inspiration tokens left over is the winner. If there is still a tie, the rulebook suggests to find an impartial judge and decide which painting is the most beautiful one. Otherwise, there is still a tie. So, well, there you go. So this is the whole game. And additionally, I forgot about this. You can get additional points if you have this Kickstarter edition for those awards. You can also count points for this rule. Like, for example, the player with the most gray tokens will score additional 3 points. This is the competitive variant. Or if you have 3 or more gray, you score 3 no matter what. So those are the additional points that you can get, deciding on what you want to play, either the competitive side or the normal side. And this is it. This is the whole game. So it takes around, 20-25 minutes to play, but it's beautiful. It looks great. And you will find out why I like it or why I don't like it in a video you can find on my channel, in my Honest Talk video, the review for this game. For now, let's go to the solo rules. So if you want to find out how to play solo in Canvas, stick with me, stay tuned. I will explain to you what the changes are in just a moment. Okay, so when it comes to the solo game, there are 2 variants, basically. There is this variant of playing with Vincent, as they call it in the manual, and the setup is always the same. So the player has 3 canvases, the player has 4 inspiration tokens. You also add 4 inspiration tokens for Vincent, and they go here on the left side of the board. There you go, this is Vincent, right? He's lying somewhere over there. And you play normally in your turn, so you either collect 1 transparency or you create a picture, you can use your inspiration tokens to skip. The rules for those point scoring are the same. Now, after your turn, it's Vincent's turn. And what you do in Vincent's turn is you take those 4 tokens, you shake them up, and you throw them. So after you throw those tokens, you take the ones that landed face up, and you skip cards with those tokens, and you discard the next available card. So it's like Vincent collected this card. He always skips as many cards as he has face-up tokens. And if there are any tokens on this card, he also collects them, so he will have more tokens to throw in for the next round, for example. And this is just to kind of add you some difficulty with, planning, because there is a random element to disappearing cards from this line. Right? And this is all that Vincent does. But you have to remember that no matter what you do in your turn, so whether you collect a card from here or you create a painting, Vincent always gets a turn. So you always toss and you always discard 1 card when it's Vincent's turn. And the second solo variant is called a solo puzzle. And in this variant, you have the complete control of all of the available art cards. So there is no Vincent, there is no disappearing cards, nothing like that. So this is just tactics, strategizing in order to collect as many points as you can. You should create a supply of inspiration tokens next to the leftmost art card, and of 4, obviously. 4 is the magic number for this game, apparently. And when you spend inspiration tokens to skip cards, you do not place those inspiration tokens on the cards, but you place them here, in this pile. So, because you put the tokens here and not on the cards, any cards that you skip are discarded from the game. So more cards will be disappearing. There will be a bigger rotation over the course of this track here, right? And you'll draw and refill the empty spaces and so forth and so on. And whenever you take the leftmost card, so the one that you don't have to skip anything for, you get 1 inspiration token from this pile where those spent ones are being collected. So this is the way to earn inspiration tokens. And whenever you complete a painting, you also gain 1 inspiration token from this supply. And if there are no inspiration tokens in this supply, you can't take any, and that's it. And at the bottom of the rulebook, you have solo scoring, and as you can see here, I'll show you right now, if you collect up 0 to 24 points, you have a participation award, and 40 plus is best in show, and that's it. You can also kind of enrich in your game with those achievements that are on the back side of the rulebook, and here you have a few scenarios for laying out those scoring cards, and you've got those standard, simplified, and complex rules, so or you can just draw randomly, but you can also follow those scenarios as it is. So this is it. This is the whole game of Canvas. And I hope that this explanation helped you to figure out how to play this game. There are not many tricks here. Apparently, as you can see, it's a very simple game rule-wise, but it's a lot of fun and it's beautiful. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Check out the unboxing video for Canvas. You will find also a video with my opinion of this game, with my honest opinion of this game pretty soon on my channel. And if you like the video, subscribe, leave some information in the comments, leave a trace basically, and click a like or something like this. Follow me for more videos with unboxings, how to plays, and opinions on very cool board games in the future. I hope you're having a very nice day. This was Lone Vic. See you soon. Bye bye.